My dear colleagues, let me first extend my warm greetings on this International Women's Day. At the same time, I will like to congratulate you all for doing excellent performance on yesterday's testing program at BCP location, T Nagar, Chennai. Actually, this is the result of our collective efforts. We could complete our work within the stipulated time, and this is the real character of any type of drill, that nobody should know that we have conducted any drill program. So credit goes to each and every staff members of my office. Having said that, I would like to extend my greetings to Madam Selva for doing micromanagement preparatory work and proper coordination with other offices, be it zonal office, regional office, IT department at central office. And Madam, you have really proven that behind every successful man there is a woman. You have already proven that. At the same time, I would like to say that this is only half saying. If you complete this saying, then you can also say that behind the success of every woman, support of men is always there. So take this man MEN, not MAN. Okay? So my dear friends, you all are aware that this International Women's Day is having a rich legacy, a glorious past. It was first celebrated on 28th of February 1909 by the Socialist Party of America in New York City. However, officially it was duly acknowledged by United Nations on 8th of March 1975. Way back in 1945 also, it has become the integral part of the charter which was prepared by United Nations for promoting gender equality. So Central Bank of India is also having the rich legacy, and you must be knowing that Central Bank of India is the first bank who started women department in Mumbai. To commemorate this rich legacy, recently our MD sir has inaugurated one branch in Patna. To cherish this memory, to remind the things that we are proactive for the promotion of women empowerment. Friends, this movement was started on 8th of March 1975. That time it was reactionary. You must be knowing that every battle or every movement are having two important aspects. Number one, that is reactionary, and number two, that is called visionary. So there is a incidence that once a man was standing in a long queue. That time one person, breaking the rule, approached to the ticket counter for watching the movie. The person registered his objection by sharing his pain with another person. Look that boy, how he is breaking the discipline of a queue. So that person to whom he shared his pain, he replied, "Sir, what you are saying na, that person is not a boy, she is a girl." So he is surprised and asked, "Oh, so you are her father?" So that person replied, "No, I am her mother." However, let me tell you, after struggling the things which were reactionary in nature, this movement got matured subsequently. And they understood that demanding equal rights are not related to breaking the rules, but making the rules for women empowerment, for giving them equal opportunities so that they can also grow and prosper. Demanding freedom is not for mimicking or copying rubbish thing, but to expand the scope where women can also participate as the significant person in the decision making process in every walk of life, be it political, cultural, social or economical. So certainly this movement is playing a significant role for making this society holistically as healthy and harmonious. Actually, this is the way through which any society evolves and progresses. So my dear friends, still as Selva madam and other our lady officers, members shared their pain that we have miles to go for creating the healthiest atmosphere in our society, at our home. We have to change the mindset. So for this purpose, we have to keep three things in our mind. First, please note it down, Mr. Jinan.
Yes, sir.
First, our approach should be fair, means fair treatment is very much required while we interacting with our women counterparts, our women colleagues. So fair treatment is one of them. Second is equal opportunity, and third is adequate representation must be given. Mere talking about that you are goddess and other things will not change the mindset of the people. What is actually happening in real life, in our routine life, is the barometer to judge the progress of our women members. So these things are very, very required. Three things I have shared. To achieve the objectives of fair treatment, equal opportunities and adequate representation, we have to follow a process which is popularly known as CBA. Not ABC, CBA. We have to go reverse. First, we have to create the dialogues. If there is any misconception, any communication gap, any misunderstanding, then we have to resolve. Dialogue is the key to break this misconception, misunderstanding and communication gap. So creating dialogue is number one. Number two, build the consensus. The moment when you start discussing the issues in the society as a whole, then consensus can be built. And number three, achieving reconciliation. By following the two phases, we can achieve the reconciliation. Reconciliation means we have to resolve the issues by following these previous two steps. Let me quote one poem of Amanda Gorman. How many of you are aware about that? Have you heard the name of Amanda Gorman? Veena? Okay, no problem. Amanda Gorman is highly popular poet of America. She was actually invited by Joe Biden at the time of inaugural function when he was taking oath. You just search, madam. She born on 7th of March 1998. She has written beautiful poem, When Day Comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The day blooms when we free it, and there is always light if we are brave enough to see it, if we are brave enough to be it. With this, I extend once again my warm greetings to all on this auspicious occasion. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much.